Hello guys, I have decided to make a video about the difference between realistic and unrealistic smart characters, because there are so many people who think everyone is a realistic smart character. So before we dive into this topic, let me make this clear. It's okay to love a certain character whether it be realistic or not. But in most cases problem arises when people debate about smart versus unrealistic characters angrily, with both sides providing no information and biased takes after biased takes. And it's really problematic to give anyone a smart character status. Even if you prove which is smarter, some goons will vomit out some bullshit they have heard on the internet without any real source or valid points. So a smart character is a character that possesses intelligence that is grounded in reality and consistent with the rules and limitations of the story's world. Their intelligence is portrayed in a way that is plausible. Realistic. Smart characters are not perfect. They have their share of flaws, blind spots, or limitations that make them more human and relatable. These flaws can range from social awkwardness to emotional struggles, showcasing a well-rounded character. Realistic, smart characters apply their intelligence in a way that makes sense within the story setting. Their problem-solving skills, knowledge, and expertise are employed in a logical and consistent manner, considering the constraints and challenges they face. Realistic, smart characters excel in critical thinking and possess strong problem-solving abilities. They approach challenges with logical reasoning, analyze information, and consider multiple perspectives. Their problem-solving methods are believable and relatable, rather than relying on implausible. Realistic, smart characters demonstrate ethical awareness and considerations. They understand the ethical implications of their actions and decisions, and their intelligence is used responsibly and for the betterment of themselves and others. They recognize the potential consequences of their intellectual pursuits and strive to make ethical choices. In summary, realistic smart characters are portrayed in a way that reflects the complexities and nuances of human intelligence. They possess depth, expertise, problem-solving skills, and emotional depth, while also exhibiting growth, adaptability, and ethical considerations. These characteristics make them relatable, believable, and compelling to the audience. Note that realistic characters can still be in unrealistic settings, but if their thought process is well grounded and explained, it can definitely be considered as an actual smart feat. Now, let's talk about unrealistic. Unrealistic smart characters are characters whose intelligence and intellectual abilities surpass the boundaries of realism or plausibility within the context of the story. These characters possess extraordinary levels of intelligence that often exceed what is achievable or believable. Unrealistic, smart characters can solve even the most complex problems effortlessly and with little explanation. Their solutions may rely on unlikely coincidences, overly complex plans, or deus ex machina interventions that stretch the boundaries of plausibility. While unrealistic, smart characters can provide entertainment value and serve specific narrative purposes, they often lack the depth, relatability, and character development found in more realistic portrayals. They are designed to embody an idealized form of intelligence that surpasses human limitations, but at the expense of believability and relatability to the audience. These characters often lack a reasonable explanation for their exceptional intelligence or abilities. They may simply be presented as naturally gifted or possessing innate genius, without any coherent or believable backstory or development. Unrealistic, smart characters tend to solve problems or overcome challenges in ways that are highly contrived or rely on unlikely coincidences. Their solutions may appear outlandish, lacking a logical or realistic thought process. So who wins? Determining the outcome of a conflict between a realistic smart character and an unrealistic smart character would depend on various factors, such as the specific abilities and context within the story. However, it is important to note that the concept of winning may vary depending on the nature of the conflict or the goals of the characters involved. In a more grounded and realistic setting, a realistic, smart character may have an advantage in terms of believability, relatability, and the ability to apply their intelligence in practical ways. Their problem-solving skills, critical thinking, and knowledge rooted in real-world principles can provide them with an edge in navigating complex situations. On the other hand, an unrealistic smart character may possess exaggerated or supernatural abilities that go beyond what is achievable in reality. They may have extraordinary skills, knowledge, or powers that can potentially surpass the limitations of a realistic smart character. However, their lack of relatability, flawed characterization, and the potential for inconsistencies in their abilities may undermine their effectiveness in certain scenarios. Ultimately, the outcome of a conflict between a realistic and an unrealistic smart character will depend on the specific circumstances, the skillful storytelling, and how the character's traits and abilities are utilized within the narrative. So, in summary, it all comes down to the setting in which they are in and what are their goals. Instead of debating characters' different attributes like manipulation, deception, reasoning, etc., you should create a setting like, for example, Johann Liebert in Death Note, or the opposite. Okay, I'll end the video here. Hope you liked it, and it cleared some confusion regarding smart characters. If you have any questions or different opinion, feel free to comment and bye.